Hello everyone, I am Leslie and today I want to welcome all of you to another edition of the National Portrait Gallery's Storytime program called Introducing. In this program, we share the stories of the people who have helped shape the history of the United States through the portraits in the museum's collection. Today, we will be looking at the 1982 portrait of Lotte Jacobi and Barbara Morgan by the photographer Catherine Reeve. But before we get to that, I wanted to discuss with you the meaning of the word curator. As defined in a dictionary, a curator is one who has the care of something. And today I want to tell you a bit about what it means to care for an artwork, specifically as a curator of photographs at the National Portrait Gallery. Caring for the collection involves multiple duties, including acquiring artworks, ensuring that they are physically safe, and presenting them to our visitors in mindful ways. In other words, being a curator involves three key responsibilities: research and collecting, physically caring for the artworks, and developing exhibitions with these artworks. For each of these tasks, curators collaborate with many people across the entire museum. When we collect a work of art, for example, curators identify portraits that fit well with our mission to exhibit and research artworks that depict individuals who have made significant contributions to the United States. The first step involves learning as much as possible about the context in which the portrait was produced, including the person or people depicted, the artist or artists who made the portrait, as well as how, when, and why the portrait was made. Before the artwork makes it through the doors of the museum, we have many discussions with other curators, historians, educators, and the museum's administrators, including the director. We then work with our registrars and art handlers, conservators, and collections managers to ensure that we can bring the work into the museum from anywhere in the world. And once it is decided that the artwork will be part of our collection, we work with all of these and many other colleagues to ensure that the works are safely stored and cataloged and accessible to all of you on our website. And the work does not stop once the artworks are part of the collection. In addition to ensuring that they are properly and securely stored, curators continue researching the artworks and are also involved in related programming. So, for example, I included a portrait of Lotte Jacobi and Barbara Morgan by the photographer Catherine Reeve in an exhibition that I curated. And the exhibition was titled In Mid-Sentence. As it turns out, the photograph of Jacobi and Morgan is one of my favorites in the collection of the Department of Photographs. The two women in conversation, Lotte Jacobi here at left and Barbara Morgan at right, were both photographers, and they had been friends for quite some time, but had not seen each other for years until they met again on the campus of Northwestern University in Evanston, Illinois. The two were there for a discussion about an exhibition about women photographers in which their artworks were included. This is one of my favorite photographs in the collection since it presents a scene of friendship and conversation. It's of two people catching up after a long time of not seeing one another. I also had a chance to learn from the photographer Catherine Reeve about her experiences photographing Jacobi and Morgan, and Reeve said that Jacobi in particular was quite feisty. And within the exhibition that I organized in Mid-Sentence, it was one of several photographs that depicted people speaking in public and private spaces. And for that exhibition, I worked with colleagues in our exhibitions, design, and education departments for different aspects of its development. Therefore, being a curator is a job that involves many exciting duties. We research and discover portraits that help us tell a richer story of the United States. We work with colleagues within our museum and across the world in finding, bringing, and then storing and exhibiting these works. And we have the opportunity to share our research and excitement with visitors, whether at home or at the museum. All along the way, we have the honor of caring for these artworks to ensure that they are available for future generations. So now that I have convinced all of you to become curators, sadly, we've reached the end of this week's introducing, and I hope you enjoyed learning about what it is like to be a curator and also learning about the portrait of Jacobi and Morgan. Until then, we hope to see you back next Wednesday for a new story. Thank you.